Hello, amazing souls. Welcome to your weekly energy update. And before we jump into the update, I did want to mention that as part of my YouTube subscriber marathon last Friday, I did put out a video on how you can enter a drawing to win one of the 30-minute recorded personal readings. So if you're interested in that giveaway, I will put the link down in the description box below. And at the end of this video, it'll be in the playlist as well. So the more comments I get on that video, the more I will offer of those individual recorded personal readings. So if they interest you, be sure to check that out. So for the energy update for this week, wow, we are entering the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde today on August 21st. And I know, don't freak out. Mercury retrograde can bring some wonderful things, which we will talk about briefly here as well. But all the planets are in retrograde or pre-shadow except for Venus and Mars now. And Mars will actually next week on September 4th also go into pre-shadow. So we'll be only having the planet Venus not in retrograde. What does that mean? Well, retrograde, they all kind of turn that energy more where we're focusing on inward things rather than so many outward things. So you might have been having this for a little bit because all the planets started to go into pre-shadows and retrogrades to, point us inward. So you've probably been feeling it for a while anyway. So at least you know, like, oh, that's why I'm so focused on my inner growth. Well, the Mercury retrograde, of course, like I said, it's going into the pre-shadow, and it's starting off in the sign of Virgo. Now, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, so it's very much at home there, but it deals with health. It deals with listening to your body, also kind of like your work routine, and also it has to do with pets, too. So as you go into and start this pre-shadow, some of those subjects might come up about reflecting on those. Then on August 27th, Mercury moves into Libra. And of course, Libra is more of that building, healing, relationships types of energy, balancing things, creating win-wins. So that will kind of have a shift in what you're reflecting on. And then we will hit the retrograde itself on September 10th. Now, retrograde means planets actually don't go backwards, of course. So like Mercury is the closest, let's pretend this is the sun. Mercury is closest to the sun. So the Earth is out here. So Mercury's orbits faster, so it's going to go around faster. And so at one point, it looks like it's behind us, but it's actually lapping us. So that does take it into different energies, and that's why that reflection, comes into play with that as well. So even it goes into the retrograde on September 10th, in the sign of Libra, it eventually kind of backs back up and goes back into Virgo on September 24th. And it'll stay in Virgo until it goes direct, which means it starts moving forward again. And it'll be in that post-shadow period until like October 17th. But October 11th, it does move back into Libra, so you can kind of see how you're going to bounce back and forth between that Virgo energy, that Libra energy, the Virgo energy, and back into Libra energy. So, the pre-shadow, we start to feel that emphasis of the retrograde. And then when the retrograde hits on September 10th, we're full-blown in super reflective mode. And then the post-shadow happens when we go direct on October 2nd through October 17th. The post-shadow is not as intense as the pre-shadow and the retrograde. It's more reflecting on what you learned during that reflection period. So little quick update on how that Mercury retrograde works. And of course, Mercury is all about communication, social connection. It actually is also like siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins. So that type of relatives, but not like your children or parents, more everyone outside of that. So that might come into play too during this period with those subjects that you'll be looking at. Now, you might have heard, people get scared around the Mercury retrograde and go, oh my gosh, here we go. But there's positive things you can do. Look at it like tides, right? If you're trying to launch a boat, when the tide's coming in, you're going to struggle and it's going to be tough, and the boat probably will capsize, and you're going to invest a lot of energy but not get very far with it. Well, that's the time that you would mend your nets and do stuff, but not try to launch things and put things out there, right? Because when the tide is going out, that's when, the planet's direct. That's when you launch things. Then things go very smoothly and very easily. So during a retrograde, you can take total, use of that energy and edit things, like do the redo things, breathe life into old ideas, clean things out, declutter, deal with the clutter that you have around you. Because during this period also, the energy can bring up old patterns or old challenges for you to review during this period. And it's all this preparation for you to then launch into a new area of your life with this new information that you gleaned during that period. So it can be a very, very positive use of that energy. And, we all need some downtime to rest and rejuvenate and just reflect on things. And that's what this period brings. So we're also going to jump into each individual zodiac sign and just see what the universe and spirit would like you to know on what you can do with this Mercury retrograde energy from today, August 21st, through October 17th, which will be the end of that post-shadow period. So we'll jump into your reading right now for your sign. All right, Capricorns, this is your weekly energy update, and we're going to start off by pulling a card here from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below. We'll take a look here and see what Creator and Spirit want all you Capricorns to know about this beautiful Mercury retrograde energy. So what would you like Capricorns to know about this energy, please? All right, I do want that one right there. And you've got the Yang, card number 1. Beautiful receiving, divine feminine energy coming in. We'll put this right here. And let's see what they want you to know. So we'll go to number 1 here in the beginning. So, and I'm so sorry. I don't know why I was thinking yin. Yang, of course, is the divine masculine energy. So it is all about the giving, the moving forward. So the masculine principle of movement and creative activity, the power to make things happen and taking action. So Yang represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward and manifesting thought and desire into concrete form. Beautiful. Now is the perfect time to act, for you can easily build momentum and make headway. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. This card signifies new life and is a sure sign that obstacles have been overcome. There's no reason to hesitate. You are the shaper of your destiny now. Now, with the Mercury retrograde, since the pre-shadow is happening today, we're entering into that Mercury retrograde energy where the more closer we get to that actual retrograde on September 10th, the more intense that retrograde energy gets. So if today is the day that you're like, act now, it's like acting now as the shadow, it's like the hurricane's coming in, the clouds are just rolling in. It's like now's the time to act. But if you don't act today, then you would want to wait until October 17th, after October 17th, when we're out of the post-shadow and we're direct. So now's the time to act or wait, right? It's like now, but not never, but now. If not now, then. I also want to read the relationship message because of that Libra energy that is about our relationships. And it says, circumstances are supporting action on your part. It's okay to make the first move. Trust that you will quickly know where you stand. In matters of the heart, there is movement towards your highest good, so go forth with assurance. Passion is in the air, and now is the time to dance to the tune of love. Take the lead. So there is this action, as I talked about in the intro. Relationships with people you already know, you can move forward with those. During a retrograde, it is the time to do that, but not brand new. Like if you're going to meet someone, a blind date that you've never met before, communicated with, if you want it to be short-lived, then do it during this retrograde. Otherwise, hold off on the meeting of that individual. Okay, they said that's enough of that. So we will then now look at the ancestral path tarot. And this is just going to be more about what they want you to know about what this new beginning, this new energy, this creativity, this action is all about. Just a couple more times here. All right, so for our Capricorns, okay. So this is the one right here. Yeah, Queen of Cups. So emotions. And the Queen is beautiful for this, because this is all about feeling the feels. So you've got the divine masculine, you have the divine feminine, because the Queen of Cups, not only does she rule water, but all the queens also get another helping of water. So she's double water, which allows her to feel things very deeply, but it also, she's able to connect to her intuition, to her gut instinct, and trust her heart instead of her mind. So I know Capricorns, we all know, I'm a Capricorn rising, so I know, can get into my head, can get into my thoughts, all really logical, but really the heart is what is coming into play here. They're like, yes, there's all this action and all this, but also during this time, it's important for you to connect to your heart and that emotional side of yourself as well. We, of course, will dig a little deeper here. And we've got the Dreamers deck. And we'll just see what else they want you to know about this movement forward. So I kind of feel like this is more moving forward in your emotional life at this time than it is, other areas of your life. But we'll see what else they have to say here. Of course, this is a general reading, so it'll be different for everyone, but I feel like for the majority of you. Yeah, because you have the heart and the hands here. And I'll read this in a sec. I just want you to see it first. And it says, I know that for every door that life closes, a new one opens around the corner. I am optimistic. Yeah. So stay positive as these new things are coming to fruition here. And I like that it does mention around the corner. So they are kind of bringing that into play here, that, yeah, if it's not today, if you're not making a leap now, then wait for around the corner, because there are things that are unfolding perfectly for you. This review period that you have is important, which I feel like through this Chinese tarot, we will get more information around what they're wanting you to focus on for this review period with this retrograde energy. All right, they are ready. So for our Capricorns, okay, we have these three. What else? Okay, that one. So we'll move these and we'll start with this one here. And you've got the 8 of Staves, or the 8 of Wands in the Standard Tarot. The wands are all about your energy, your drive, your passion. So you are definitely full of energy coming in. This mentioned all that passion. This is definitely, they're saying, yeah, you are just having this emotional energy, especially, is just flying in here for you during this retrograde period. So you're just feeling like you're on fire and with all this passion coming in. And it's like, what are you going to do with it? Well, you're going to invest it in evaluating, whatever we're going to find out in these next couple cards, because it is this, it's like you have all this energy coming in, and it's like, where are you going to direct it? It's like, where's it going to go? Well, I'm going to aim it. What am I aiming at? And it's like, well, you're using your emotional energy. You're using it to look at your relationships. But what else? What else do you want them to know? Yeah. The Devil card, which this, don't be offended, but the Devil card is the Capricorn card. So this is you. They're like, yeah, you're facing yourself. The Capricorn, of course, is ruled by the planet Saturn, and Saturn is the beautiful, wise mentor, teacher. They bring you a lot of life lessons, and they really want you to do the work, but you also get the reward afterwards for it. So it's like a rich grandpa who always brings over, like their grandchildren and teaches them these mighty lessons and gives them, reward for learning the lessons, eventually, so if we put in the work and do the work, we'll get the great rewards. If we don't do the work, then we won't get the rewards. And so they are telling you that this is a reflective time for you, really looking at your heart and your understanding and the energy of where you're investing your heart energy. Where do you focus, and how do you focus your love energy? Yeah, wow. Yeah, because you got the Page of Staves here. So Page of Wands, new energies, higher level of energies coming in for you. It makes sense because you got all this energy that's flowing in, and you're like, I don't know what to do with all this. And I just realized this. I mean, look at how similar those two cards are. I know I'm kind of slow. You probably already noticed that. But wow. So you are directing where you are sending your love and what you're wanting to do with it, right? I mean, here, she's looking over here at this Ace of Cups on the wall. And she is basically bringing you this Holy Grail. She's bringing you this chalice, which represents the unconditional love of the creator of all things, of source, of that higher realm, whatever you believe your higher power is. This is that love that is being connected to, which is bringing all this other energy in. So all these lessons that have been coming to you from the outside world, the Devil card or the Shadow brings all these experiences, all these individuals into your life for you to see it in the movie in front of you. Our mind can only take so much, so it can't do all this inner work in our brain just by having information fed to it. That's why Spirit and our shadow will bring all these people, all these situations in the outside world, all these beautiful mirrors reflecting back to us how we feel about ourselves until we see it. So I feel like during this retrograde, you're going to be seeing same types of people in same situations over and over and over and over again, and also people that are igniting the same triggers and emotions within you over and over and over and over again. It's going to be so obvious during this period that you're like, why does this bother me? And then that's when you're going to reflect and understand what is the emotion here, because you're taking your emotions literally into your own hands. So I love this. Yeah, and then you have the Six of Staves, the Six of Wands. So all this Wands energy, obviously, you have a lot of energy coming in. And with this Page of Staves, along with this Six of Staves, pages are also communicators. They're the ones that went around sharing the news, the messengers. Hear ye, hear ye. And so you do have these spiritual messages coming in from the spirit world. They're going to be communicating all over the frickin' place, especially with your shadows bringing you messages, your spirits bringing you messages, and then you're also going to be getting like mental messages from the physical world, energetic messages, emotional messages. You're just going to be learning so much in this wonderful reflective state The Six of Staves does tell you that it's like what you'll end up with at the end of this retrograde is this transformation from looking outside of yourself for recognition and validation, and you're going to be finding it from the spirit world instead, from something that's unstable. Stable instead of unstable, unconditional instead of conditional out there. And that's constantly fluctuating. Any of the validation of how lovable you are, what you're capable of, all that, when we do it to the outside world, that's why I call it retail price, because it's so unstable. You could be this beautiful parka, warm coat that is in the Antarctic during winter, and when we're tilted away from the sun and everyone's like, oh my God, they want you so much. But you can be on a tropical island during the summer and you're on the 99% clearance rack. That's how fickle and unstable the outside world is, and that's what retail price is. But when you turn inward for your validation, inward for your worth, and you connect this beautiful unconditional love from above, unconditional, it's eternal, so it's stable. It's unconditional, meaning there's not even one condition for that love, because it just takes one condition to make it conditional, right? So unconditional love, which is also stable. So you have this new feeling, this new recognition from a higher place. When you are loved and recognized by the king and the queen of a kingdom, why do you care what the pig farmer thinks of you? Right? The most important recognition we can have is from up above. And when we realize that, I think that's a big lesson of what you're learning as you go through this retrograde for this period of time. So, beautiful revelations. You're taking your emotions and your love into your own hands, which is a very divine masculine thing to do, but the giving and the heart is the divine feminine thing. So you're really bringing them both together in such a beautiful way. Now, don't forget, if you want to be part of the drawing for that 30-minute recorded personal reading, I'm going to be giving away several of them depending on how many comments are on that video. Again, the video will be down in the description box below and possibly on the playlist on the side here. So I'm going to be drawing that next week. So if you want to jump over there and find out how you can enter the drawing for that personal reading, be sure to do that. Also, if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these weekly energy updates, I also put out monthly readings for each zodiac sign and a few other types of videos. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, also click the subscribe button, that gives you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, if you select the all option, then you will be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. It also helps spread the love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like a video, share a video, comment on a video, and especially subscribing to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy, happy, excited that it wants to share the videos of this channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of that, I am very grateful. Also, as I mentioned, I do offer personal readings. So if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life instead of the general readings like these, just check out the description box below. It'll show you how you can do those. And I am introducing a sliding scale on pricing. So instead of having a set price point for those, I understand everyone's at a different financial place and challenges in their lives. So you'll have a way that you can choose a variety of different price points instead of just a set one. So again, if you're interested, just check out the description box. All right, amazing Capricorns. Wow, I'm really excited for what this is going to bring you for this period of time. And please know that definitely as you're going through this, every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing retrograde. I'm sure we'll be talking soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.